Okay, so recently I watched Tomska's video, 7 Flaws of Tomska, on his DarkSquidge channel, which gave me an idea to do one kind of similar myself. Um, I decided on 10 flaws, and the reason I stopped at 10 is because I didn't want to completely go down a deep dark hole. Yeah. 10 is enough. Oh dear. So I guess let's get started on my choices. Alrighty then. Um, the first one I picked is self-image. Um, don't really think I need to go into more detail about that. It's just kind of how I view myself, and it's not the greatest, and I'd like to improve on that. I mean, it makes sense, right? The second one, I get overly emotional and tend to doomsday theorize about myself. So that one kind of ties back into the whole self image about myself. Um, I don't really know how to go into this into more detail. Number three is an important one. I've always kind of tried to improve on this, but it's just kind of been something that I've had a little bit of trouble with, and it might be something that is always something that is there, but that's okay. Like, as long as I can learn to accept that and hopefully maybe become the slightest bit better at it, will be okay. But number three is no confidence issues. So what I mean is, I'm just not very confident. I've gone to like drama things and stuff and various like different things to try and help with my confidence, but for some reason I just kind of don't really seem to have all that much confidence. So that's a thing. um Number four is another important one. I think it just kind of ties into my personality, but it might also be something that's a bit deeper down. But number four is I'm too kind, overly kind, and a bit of a pushover. So, like, it's good to be kind, and that's fine, but there's a point where you're kind of too kind to the point where you're a bit of a pushover, and it doesn't really look that good, and I like try to do stuff, but because I'm too kind and no confidence, it kind of is a little bit of a problem. So, that is something that I definitely want to work on, just because I don't want to be a pushover. like, I, I, I know I'm, like, kind, but, like, there is a point to where you kind of have to learn to say no, and I'm afraid of saying no for some reason. So, that's number four. Number five is an interesting one. I'm a perfectionist, which kind of leads to slow learning. I'm perfectly fine after I've learned everything, and I can do it just 100% awesome, and I'm like, it's great, but I think a lot of people want you to be quite quick and snappy with things, so that's a bit of a thing for myself. I don't like, it's not necessarily the most horrible thing or anything like that. I just feel like if I was a bit quicker at learning and doing stuff, if I was more confident, then it would definitely help that. So we'll see in the future if any of these get any better. Woo. Um. Uh. So number six is problems remembering things. So if there's like a big ton of information just kind of thrown at me all at once, I can't remember it. But then when it comes to like the smallest things, I'm like, yeah, I remember this, but it's something that I don't need. And I'm like, why did I remember this when I could have learnt and remembered this whole thing. I don't know. But we'll see if that fixes. I don't think so. But it's on the list because I was thinking of things. Number 7 is interesting. I have on here self-doubt, very doubtful about my abilities and myself. So I feel like in a way that ties back to like self-image and confidence, I think. But I don't know, they're just separate things that I feel I could improve on. Number 8. I don't finish the things that I start. So if I have a project, let's say, like an art project or something I'm drawing, I'll sit down, I'll start it, I'll do a bit in a day, and then I'll never do it again. And there's like songs that I haven't finished in like a year because I didn't finish it. And now I'm like trying to get better at that and finish things. I'm noticing I'm a lot better at that, but there are still things that I don't finish. But I have noticed that it is very rewarding to finish the things that you do not finish. So finish the things that you start, because even if you don't like the outcome, it's still rewarding. Honestly. So yeah, that one I am working on. Definitely working on. Number 9. Constantly sick, like right now. I'm still getting over a cold and the flu, and I've had it for 2 weeks now. Fun. Yeah. I'm like constantly sick, and this may have something to do with my emotions and mental stuff such as stress and anxiety and depression and stuff like that. Which ties into number 10, which is I am reclusive. And I think that's just because I'm, I guess, introverted. But yeah, that, I don't know, but that's just how I am. Just a little bit in my box, my zone. I don't know. I think it's just a introverted thing, but I just kind of, I want time. I like to hide away and just chill. So those are my 10 things. They're not all bad, they're not horrible. Some I'm working on, but I thought I would have a little bit of fun with it, and maybe it inspires you to work on things that you might not be too happy about with yourself and you want to improve on. Who knows? But hopefully you enjoyed this weird video and you don't mind it being all shaky and stuff. I'm just like, hopefully you don't mind it being too shaky and stuff. And my walls are bare because I'm packing and moving house at the moment, and that's a long story. But if you liked it and enjoyed it, put a little bit of the like button and slap the subscribe to become a hatch thing, and I'll hopefully see you all in Wingspan.